So you want to start practicing Pilates. What's up and welcome. My name is Eileen. I'm a nationally certified Pilates instructor, and I'm here to help you start practicing Pilates and stay consistent with it. Now in this video, I'm going to be going over different topics. I will outline them in the description below in case you want to skip to a specific part of the video that you're specifically looking for. I created a roadmap that I think will basically benefit anyone who's looking to start Pilates. Not only start it, but stay consistent with it, which is oftentimes the toughest part of any type of workout. So what is Pilates? The way that I like to describe Pilates is it's an exercise method created by Joseph Pilates, and it was originally referred to as contrology, which is control of the body. It's a very low impact full body exercises that is based off of 6 key principles that you'll find across each and every exercise. These 6 principles are concentration, control, center, flow, precision, and breath. Oftentimes people think Pilates is just a core workout. While you are engaging your core basically in every single exercise, it's not just a core workout. It is so much more than that. I can make an entire video on the benefits of Pilates and everything that you get out of practicing Pilates, but whether you're gonna start right now, like right after this video, you're gonna lay out your mat and start Pilates, or you're looking to start fresh in 2023, I wanted to create a video that would help you create a sustainable approach that is going to be a habit that you're gonna build. So it's not just gonna be, you're gonna start Pilates today and then forget about it tomorrow. We're gonna dive deeper into how to start it and what to do to keep up with it. So how do you start practicing this wonderful thing called Pilates? Well, lucky for you, I've created a roadmap to help you get there. You don't have to be a Pilates newbie or a beginner to apply this method. If you are, then great, that is awesome. This will be your first time practicing Pilates, hopefully after watching this video. I'm gonna have a game plan that's gonna help you achieve all of your goals. But if you've practiced Pilates already before and maybe you're just looking to find a way to get more consistent, this video is meant for you as well. Now, your first step is gonna be to take out a piece of paper and a pen, or maybe your notes app on your phone. So go ahead, do that. I will wait. The first step, literally the first step. Once you're ready, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna write down a statement on what you're going to do. So let's say it's, I will practice Pilates to feel good year-round in 2023. Or maybe it's, I will prioritize my health by practicing Pilates in 2023. Maybe it's even, I will learn to listen to my body and improve my mind-body connection by practicing Pilates. There is no right or wrong with this statement, but it is very important that you determine a statement that resonates with you. So what do I mean by that? Find something that when you're writing this down, you feel a deep connection with what it is that you're writing down. You don't have to figure this out right now. Maybe it'll come to you 4 minutes into this video. Maybe it'll come to you in 4 hours. Maybe it'll come to you tomorrow or next week. There really is no rush, but I think that it's important that every single word from that statement has a connection to you and you feel very powerful about it. Now, if you can't even begin to think of what your statement will be, this is where step 2 is going to come into play, and it's super, super important. I think that a great way of figuring out what your statement is by figuring out your why. So why do you want to start practicing Pilates? This is super, super important, and I'm going to go over why in just a bit, but it is probably the most important key into staying consistent. So let's dive into that. Finding your why is basically digging deep into your soul and learning about yourself. I could very easily just be using this video to sell you on my Pilates programs, my Pilates videos, and just say that I have free classes that you can do on my YouTube, you can purchase my program, all of that. But in reality, you subscribing to my channel, you watching my Pilates videos may not have a lifelong impact on the habits that you're looking to create. I'll share with you my why and how I stay consistent with Pilates. And it's very simple. I practice Pilates in order to feel good. It's as simple as that. I don't practice it for the vanity. I've never taken a Pilates class and have left that class feeling worse than before I started the class. I always leave class feeling better than when I started. And that's super important for me because I love the way that Pilates makes me feel. Now, your why might be that you want to practice Pilates to look good, and that is okay. There is no right or wrong when it comes to figuring out your why. You just have to make sure that it's really your why. So sure, you can take my why and you can say, oh, I want to do it to feel good too. But if that's not truly what you feel, then it's really going to have no impact, and it's not going to help you when I give you those tips and tricks on how to stay consistent, because as long as it truly resonates with you, then you're going down the right path and the right direction. Now, I know I said that subscribing to my channel and watching my Pilates classes wouldn't have that lifelong effect, but it also doesn't hurt. So don't forget to click that subscribe button and like this video if you're already getting something out of it. So once you have your statement and once you have your why, now what? Let's create a game plan. This game plan is gonna work for you, and it's gonna look different for everybody. So this is where that little piece of paper, maybe your notes pad, you have your statement right at the beginning. You can always tweak it, adjust it, whatever you need, but always have that visual there. Whenever you take out the paper, you open up your notes app on your phone, you see that statement. And the more that you read it, the more it's gonna be true, the more that you are going to remind yourself of why you are starting. Now let's ask yourself a couple of questions. So do you wanna practice Pilates from home? Do you wanna go into a studio and take a group class? Maybe you want to do both. Do you want to practice Pilates in the mornings, in the evening? Do you want to be flexible and kind of just go with the flow in that day? You know you're going to take out your mat, or you know you're going to make it to a class, but you don't want to commit to a specific time. How much are you willing to invest in your Pilates practice and in yourself in this way? These are all questions that there are so many more questions you can ask yourself, but it's going to help you figure out what is going to work for you. And I think that that's really important because you want to make sure that whatever approach you're choosing is going to be convenient for your schedule. At the end of the day, when life gets busy, if it's too out of the way or if it's too expensive, you're always going to find a reason to say, oh, well, this isn't a priority anymore. Let me just stop doing it. So find something that is so convenient for you that it takes away from feeling like you can get rid of it if life gets too busy and, just things happen. Once you determine that, so let's say you determine you want to practice Pilates from home, watching YouTube videos. Wonderful. Next step is to find an instructor that you connect with. Now, this is probably one of the most important things you can do. Every instructor has a different style. They have different cueings. They have just a different approach. Some are more calm. Some are a little more excited. And I think that all Pilates instructors, once you own your style, it's amazing. It's great to see. I love taking different Pilates instructors' classes to get a fresh feel on their styles, and it's wonderful. So figure out an instructor that you connect with. If it's me, wonderful, great. I will see you in my classes. If it's not, that's okay. I understand that everyone is going to have a different preference. Try out different instructors. Go ahead, play around with it. Once you find an instructor that you feel like you can connect with that makes you excited to take classes, that's how you know you've found an instructor that's going to keep you motivated and keep you dedicated to continuing your practice. You've found what works for you. You found your instructor. Now let's schedule it in. I think it's different for everybody. Some people like to schedule things in on a weekly basis. Some people want to schedule it out for the month, maybe for 3 months, maybe even if it's just for the day. As long as you're scheduling it in so it feels like it's a part of your schedule and it's a part of your daily plan, your weekly plan, monthly plan, etc. Whether you want to start practicing 1 time a week, 2 times a week, 3 times a week, whatever it is, just make sure that you're laying it out in a visual way so that you can see, okay, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I'm going to be doing mat Pilates from home. Start holding yourself accountable. There are going to be some weeks that maybe it doesn't happen, and that's okay. But as long as you are prioritizing your health and the majority of the time you're staying committed to your goals, your goal can be just to practice Pilates, and that's okay. Just make sure that you hold yourself accountable and when you follow through with what you're setting for yourself. All right, so we've got our statement, we've got our why, we've figured out our game plan for you. Now what? Now let's say you start practicing Pilates, you find your groove, things are going great, but you miss one day, which turns into missing 1 week, which turns into missing a month, and then you kind of have to restart. That's what we want to avoid, right? I say that the best way of running into that roadblock is going back to your why. There are going to be days where you're not going to want to work out, where you're not going to want to get moving, and that's normal. A lot of the times those are just the days that we need it most and we don't realize that. But I think that when you have those days, all you have to do is take out that paper or open up your notes app and look back at your why and think to yourself, why are you doing this for yourself? And maybe that'll help you stay committed for that day. And maybe that'll help you take out your mat and choose to prioritize your health for that day. Essentially what that's going to turn into is a habit. So the more that you commit to your practice, the more it's going to become a habit that you don't want to let go of. I've gotten to the point where, sure, I could take a week off from not practicing Pilates. But at the end of the week, I just don't feel myself and I don't feel as good as I know I could if I were to have practiced Pilates that week. It's okay if you don't always meet your goals for how many times you want to practice a week. It's okay to give yourself grace, but I think that you give yourself too much grace and it kind of just starts to fade away. Why we want to bring in that why and why we want to just continue repeating that statement to ourselves, holding ourselves accountable and continuing with what goals we've set for ourselves. So I do have classes that you could check out if you'd like. They are tailored to golfers. Now you don't have to be a golfer to take my classes. Anyone can benefit from Pilates, but I create my classes to help golfers enhance their golf game and just stay feeling good on the course all day long. I also have an 18-hole course that it is 18 Pilates classes, 3 classes a week for 6 weeks. Great for beginners, great as a little introductory into maybe trying out Pilates from home. And I do have an online studio coming in 2023, so thought I would just bubble this in there in case maybe this video was very helpful for you and you wanted to try out one of my classes. I would love to have you. If not, please go try other classes. Please find something that works for you. I promise, once you find something that you enjoy doing, it makes it so hard to give it up because you start realizing just how good you feel when you do it and you don't want to lose that. So if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Again, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any questions at all, I'd be happy to help answer them. And if not, I will see you next time. Bye.